Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yes, another episode, finally. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, if you have been following along, you'll know that obviously I've moved countries and all of the facilities I had available to me are obviously now gone, and I'm trying to work out how I'm going to continue to create good content for you guys to watch. There's a number of projects on the Mini I want to do. There's also a couple of little projects that I have done on my other car, but it's a fairly modern car. I mean, it's only what, 6 years old, so a little bit different, but it's a Discovery 5. So, and I know one of my very first videos I did was on the release of the Defender, the new Defender, and I kind of akin it to what should have possibly been the Discovery 5. So if anyone is interested in me doing a review of what I think of the Discovery 5 versus the Defender, I have actually driven a Defender now as well. I don't think I filmed a lot of it because it didn't happen, so that's what it was. But I was lucky enough to go on a Land Rover off-road experience and did that, so that was quite a lot of fun. My kids want to learn a manual stick, which is brilliant for me, so stick drive for those. And so that's brilliant. I've looked around, I just missed one a while back down in Christchurch, which is unfortunate, and now I'm looking around again, seeing so many automatics. I'm almost at a point thinking, could I buy all the bits, you know, the gear stick, the linkages, the gearbox, the clutch, the master slave cylinder, all the pipe work, and that would be obviously a big project. You know, I'd probably take the engine out anyway for the gearbox, but you'd have to anyway because you've got to run all the slave cylinder and everything else and get the clutch in. Would be interesting. So, and obviously you've got to change the brake pedal as well because that's a little bit different. So I'm just in the process of trying to find out what that sort of cost of getting those bits would be to see if it's something that would be worthwhile. It could be a great project, but again, we'll see. So space is going to be interesting. I'll show you quickly what I do have here at the moment, which is not a lot, and the space that I'm trying to find in the garage. And then what we'll do is have a rundown of what we're going to do in the car, but also we'll go into the garage. I'll show you what's there. There's a whole bunch of mini boxes of mini bits that I brought with me, and I think we'll go through that as well. So I'll see how that all fits in. I don't want to make this video massively long, and I've probably already talked far too much already. So we'll cut to the inside now and see what's going on in there. Turn into the garage. Let's see what the lighting's like. I haven't tested that, should have done that. Right, it's a mess, yes, but it's a lot better than it was. So this pretty much was all boxes from when we moved back. This is the engine, so this is where we've got all the bits over here. You'll see as well I have managed to buy a few other bits. I've managed to get myself an air compressor, which is quite handy, and hose, mainly at the moment for, you know, just blowing stuff out, but also for pumping up tyres, which is good. But we'll get some other tools over as we go and as the money allows. But we're going to set up the camera so we can go through a bit of this stuff over here. I've got to make sure the lighting is good enough for you to see, and then we'll go through all the bits and pieces. Right, lighting's not looking brilliant, but we'll see how we go. You don't need to see me, that's fine. More important what's going on here. So I have the old, I think those are the eBay grills that I brought back. I did try and sell them when I was in the UK, but no biters. So it's got all the screws on the back. I will admit this doesn't really clip in very well. I had it on my car for quite a while, but it doesn't fit as well as it probably could or should, or you'd like it to. So I've got those. I've also got this grill, which is, I think it's the same as the Aero grill. To be honest, it's the only reason I've got it is because I want this pattern. So my thoughts were, and I've cut out a pattern here, so people will probably recognize this. This is the shape where the fog light would go in the bottom of the bumper, and the view was to sort of cut out a piece of this plastic grill, then cut out in the bumper, and then put this in instead. Obviously put a hole for the fog light as well, and just see the overall idea of doing this is not, I know people cut these out and you can put the cooler ducts in there for your brakes. mine are pretty huge, and I don't really think I need that. I don't think I have a problem with overheating in brakes, but the idea was I've got an oil cooler, and now that I'm in a probably slightly warmer climate, I may actually install it. But the view is where do you put it. So some people will put it in here, and you know, there's different ideas of where you can mount it. I'm not going to go into too much of the detail because otherwise I'm going to spend too much time talking about. But the idea was to possibly put it on the side, and rather than in the middle. But again, we'll go into the detail in maybe another video. But that's a project that needs to be considered. So again, any comments, ideas on that, let me know. No, that's my home network box. Don't need to worry about that. I do Unify networks. We know what's in this box, and if you don't, go onto my videos and have a look. We did an unboxing on this part, and that's obviously something that we want to get on and do, but time. Oh, one other thing, just to segue, this area I'm standing in is where I want to actually put the car, so I've got to get rid of all this stuff and all that stuff. Again, it's another discussion. I'm not going to go into that right now. So I've got some tools. Obviously these are body panel the plastic removal tools. Brought that back. I got some spare brake pads for the rears. I may use these. I may never use them, to be honest, because I want to do something slightly bigger on the back, slightly different, slightly bigger disc. Because also since I put the bigger discs on the front, I'm finding that the rears are being used up very quickly. So that's something else to think about and go through. I've got, these are the drive shaft seals, oil seals, which I need to put in the car. Now, some people remember I went ahead and got Powerflex to make a whole bunch of bushes for the Silver Project control arms, rear control arms. I made them. Turns out not everyone wanted to pay, and I admit they are very expensive, but they cost me a lot of money to have them made. So I'm now at a point, I have a whole ton of these things. So if anyone does have the Silver Project control arms and they do want these, I'm happy to negotiate just a price just to sort of get rid of them. As I said, they were, I can't remember exactly, but it was something like, I think I was selling a set for 4 control arms at around £200, and that was pretty much my cost. But I have to go and work it all out. But again, if anyone wants some, don't worry about that. I'm not going to hold on to these for the rest of my life. So if anyone wants some, message me and let me know. Knowing that I live in New Zealand now, but again, we'll negotiate all that in the price and we'll work that out. Right, what's in this box? Ah yes, from memory we have, I should bring you over here actually, not be better to see anything because the lighting's pretty shit. Let's have a look, see what you can see. So in here there should be an intake, manifold, he says, confidently, and I think somewhere in here. Right, what's that over there? Oil cooler, oil filter and cooling housing. So I had one that broke, so I've got another one to fit on the engine. Obviously we'll need to change a number of things, and obviously while I've got it I could refit I could clean this one up and put on the oil cooler, the external oil cooler plate, if I want to put it on that one. And something in here, there definitely is, oh there's a manifold, possibly not going to be using that for the moment. I wouldn't mind having a play with porting it, but there's another box coming at some point that will open. There will be an answer to that. And here's my new clutch that will go on that engine over there. And then we have, I think that's just a valve, a timing chain kit. So that's what's in there. That's what's in that box. Nothing's for sale out of that box at the moment, unless I decide I want to get rid of the inlet valve, intake manifold. What have we got over the back here? Assortment of body clips, always very handy to have. I'll get out of the way of the light. So lots of different body clips. Trying to think of what some of them would be. All different things, I guess. What else have we got over the back? Right, sorry, took a phone call. Okay, where was I looking? What's in here? Oh, old stereo stuff from the stereo install. What have we got in there? Numerous bolts from the engine. There's some valve cover bolts, basically all old stuff that probably won't be reused. Here, so Supertech, this is the box with the new valves, but in here are all the old valves and springs. So these are all the OEM valves and springs and valve stem seals. So I don't think we need to keep stem seals, they'll probably be chucked because the engine was round about 86,000 miles. So I don't think that they'd be worth keeping. Is that where? I wouldn't have a clue what these valves look like normally, but not sure if that. What else have we got in here? Here's one that could do with a bit of clean up. It's definitely there's an exhaust. That's an exhaust valve. Looks right. And the inlet valves. The inlet valves are the dirty ones. But you can see the differences there. Inlet's the small one, exhaust is the bigger one. Is that right? No, wrong. I'm wrong. Apologies. That's the inlet valve, and that's the exhaust valve. And now someone will correct me because I had it right the first time. Who knows? I can't remember. I would have. Oh, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure the inlets are bigger. But either way, I've got even bigger ones now. And also, one of the things I've been told by a few people is this triple little notch for the valve retaining clip. Because it's three-way, apparently over time these are prone to break. So going to a single is advised. That's not me saying, it's just what I was advised, so take your own advice. I've gone to a single with mine. This box was for titanium retainers. What are these? So Mini Cooper Beehive valve spring. Oh, sorry, this is a valve spring kit that I got. So I replaced all my valves, springs as well, as you can see. What I'm going to do with these, who knows? Maybe someone wants them, or maybe they'll just be, I don't know, decorative. Some more of the Silver Project. More of the Silver Project bushings. So that's a full set for if you have 4 control arms. What have I got in here? These will be tap and die sets. So when I was doing the, oops, sorry, I'm going to lean back. So when I was doing the rear and the so when I was doing the rear subframe, etc., some of the bolts that were reusing, I wanted to clean them up, so I got the proper tap and die for them. So M14 by 1.5. So that's tap and die. So I've used those to clean up the threads. And what's this one's a 12mm by 1.5. Very handy, gets rid of any of the Loctite and any other crap that was on your threads. So much easier to get things back on. In here, I think these are they're wheel spacers. What size is the big question? Oh, actually there might be 2 sets in here. 10mm. Those are 10mm and 5mm. The 5mm are all I really need on my car at the moment, but because they're not hub centric, it's very hard to get them right. So I ended up with the 10mm. Okay, 10 or 15. I know I've got a set of 15s as well, but these are 11mm. Tell lie. And look, oh, there's the lovely, I don't know if you can see that. R53 Owners Club logo. Thank you very much for the team of admins and people that work in the club and delivering lovely products like that. It was very useful when I put, I think I needed the 10 mils. The 5 mils were for the car, what's on there now, the OE, not the OEM. Let's rush out and show you. So they only needed 5 mil, but there's 10 mil on there now, purely because when I was running my R112s, which are hiding over there, you needed 10 mil, so I just ended up leaving them because they're hub centric. It was just much easier to do them that way. What have we got over here? Well, wheel speed sensors, fuel filter gasket, some tools, more tools. Probably one of these will be again a timing kit and a brake replacement, pad replacement kit, and then there's the box for the stereo down there. What else have we got down in here? Right, this is the exciting stuff. Now, how much will I unwrap? Don't know. So, cloth. I did consider. Right, who can tell me what that's from? If you own one, you'll know straight away. If you don't, you might take a few guesses, but yeah. So I bought this because I did think about covering the back of the car, and instead of having wood. I still might. It's not really the cloth I was kind of hoping for. But at the end of the day, I still chuck stuff, all sorts, like bags and things. It does get quite dirty in there, so that's why I haven't done anything sort of fancy like some of the cars you see. And certainly I'm impressed with some of the cars that I see. But so yeah, don't know. May do something with that at some point. Right. Ooh, this came off that grill. I think it came with it. A lot of the inlays have gone now. I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Rack my brain as to what it was they put in there. I can't remember. It's gone from my brain. These need replacing. Really, they're a bit crusty and rusty, but don't know whether that's worth keeping and trying to redo, or whether I just replace these bits and sell it for some, because mine's not a John Cooper Works, so I'm not sure I want to pretend that it is, even though I have to admit my side skirts, when you open the door, it does say John Cooper Works on them. Right, but I'm the first person to admit that it's not. These are all the old door pulls from when I put the Porsche style on. That is a front end oil seal. Right, pipes for the oil cooler that hopefully will get used. More tools, handy for redoing your brake cylinder. Your brake calipers if you're redoing them. I have a chain kit. I have a valve cover seal kit. What's in here? Sorry, all this was wrapped obviously for transport. Right, so I did have powder coated the horns for the. I did sort of consider having another set done, and I was thinking of polishing them, grinding all the bits down like some people do. And when I had them done, I was just like, give me the darkest blue you've got, or what blue have you got? And this is what they had. Doesn't match the car anywhere near what the car is, but that's okay. At least it won't get any corrosive marks on it. So this will probably go back on the car when I do that engine, but things could also change, so we'll see what happens with these. And this is the other one. So he even media blasted on the inside, so it's all been, it's not polished smooth, but I'm not overly concerned about that, because there's different ideas and discussions on, you know, dimpling and versus smooth, and I'm no expert neither, so I'm quite happy with the way it is at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. What have I got here? Some Loctite 518. This is supposed to be the stuff you would stick your supercharger back together with, and I think also, is it the crank cradle, the bottom part of the engine, when you stick it together, there's no gasket. I think this is the stuff you use. Again, in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why I bought it. And I did some reading beforehand, talked to a few people. Oh yeah, coilover adjustment tools on the car. What else have we got? Oh, here's more parts. There's the cover for the oil cooler that, you know, this goes on to the current oil cooler, and then it's where your lines come off. This is it's got Airtech, I think. Airtech product. Yeah. So down here should be, there's the now what is this valve? So this is just when you first start the car up, obviously you want the oil to warm up as quickly as possible. So because there's now would be quite a lot more oil in the car, I went with the valve to help just basically recirculate only the oil that's in the engine to start with, and then when it gets warm enough, then you start circulating what's in the radiator itself, or the cooler. There are different, again, thoughts on this. Mine's not a race car, so am I that concerned about it? I don't know. I guess there's the possible thoughts are, and again in the comments, that putting this in, it's another component that can fail. Number two, you know, obviously you warm up the oil, then you suddenly start introducing cold oil again. So you definitely want to be watching your engine temps if you're fitting this, so before you start thrashing it too much. Right, other small pipes. Oh yes, I don't know what those are. They go on the horns, so that's the intercooler seals. What's in here? Let's have a look. Really need to put a bit more light on it, don't we? Bringing it shadows and all sorts of rubbish. What do we have in here? Oh yes, gasket for the intercooler. Big end oil bearing. Oh, an LED light. Ooh. Right, these are more supercharger seals. I have some. I bought these only to find that they're only good if you haven't loaded your car. They're way too big, and I don't even know if they fit, so they're useless to me. Throw-out bearing, yes, for the clutch, the new clutch that I've got. Luckily I kept that. What else is in here? Some little LED lights based on the old style, so you can just plug them in. I think I was trying different things before. That's what I think I originally bought some of these things for, was to, but these are designed as external DRLs, which I put one in my glove box, and man, you open the glove box, it's like frickin', who knows, the sun screaming out at you. So they're quite bright. And so when I did under the driver's footwell, I just put one of these in, and I think did I put these in the side indicators? No, I'm not sure if I did. Can't remember. Anyway, there's that, and look at this. Brand new Tim Woodford 15%. Now, so the question is, and I've also got a 17%. So the question is, when I put that one together, what's going to go on? Because that has got a 2% crank. Arguably, if the mounting is the same, I could put a 1 on, and then over time swap and see how that goes. I just need to obviously keep an eye on my belt sizes. But that's what's in that one, and what should be in the other one. So there was this was a water pump, and so the water pump that was in there is in the car now, and this one It's just another water pump. So this brand new water pump will go on that engine with the supercharger that's been serviced. And it's been serviced by someone off the R53 Club, and I think it was Aaron. But I can't remember exactly, so I don't want to go and say the wrong name. Oh, some old bolts. So these are the bolts from the lower control arms. I bought all the original parts. So these are slightly different, but these two and these are for the lower control arms. I never use those, because mine are all adjustable. I didn't need this adjustable piece to go on, so I didn't bother. So they're brand new. If someone wants just those parts, but you know, I'm not going to sell them yet. I may need those for something, so no, I'm going to keep those. Where did I get those from? Company in Scandinavia or something. Anyway, that's there. What do we got here? Timing chain cover gasket. Yeah, right, better not lose that. I might want that. Old t-shirt. So oil pump gaskets, and more of the timing chains in here. So there's the cam gear, there's the chain in there. There'll be another rail somewhere, I'm sure. He says, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Phew. Okay, full timing chain kit. Right, stereo books. What do we got in here? Let's have a look at this little box here. Ah, yes, a new thermostat and thermostat housing. So new thermostat, just because, why not? Oil, is that? No. Is that oil or water temperature? Good question, can't remember. I think that's an oil one I bought. Can't remember now. Anyway, and I've decided I didn't want to keep the plastic, so we've got a nice aluminium one that's going to go on that engine when I get round to it. So, I mean, little things like this can obviously be put on. I'm 90% sure this is the oil sensor, because I don't remember buying a water temperature one, even though it's in the water thermostat box. Probably not a bad idea. It's probably it'll help confuse me, won't it? What else have we got? Bypass valve. That's because I do have a bypass valve somewhere that I was going to send to lovely man that does the rooster valve. Oh, I need to do this. I really need to do that. I bought that a long time ago. Car sitting there. Anyway, again in the comments, tell me if you know what that is. What else have I got? Oh yeah, bits. What's that? AirTech. This is for the oil cooler mounting. Right, in here is my supercharger. So this is from the original engine from the car. It has been serviced again very kindly. That will be, there's the rest of the bypass valve. So let's try and keep those together. That needs to be a bit late now that I'm way over freaking here in New Zealand. Anyway, the random screws. The intercooler has been completely serviced. Everything that needed to be done has been done. So it's sealed up. I did though forget to ask if Aaron could have pulled off the pulley, so now I've got to pull that off myself. Yippee! Right, just lots of random screws and bolts and stickers, and in here, there you go, and that's the last thing, is the AirTech oil cooler that we need to mount somewhere. And like I said, this is what I was thinking of considering of mounting in underneath the, probably the left side front, no, hang on, left side, so standing in front of the car. So for right-hand drive cars, the driver's side; for left-hand drive cars, the passenger side, because of, or should we just say the oil cooler side. I was thinking of putting this somewhere just under the front bumper on the left side there, and that's why, you know, putting the hole, using this grill over here to let air through into it. But of course, this was just an idea before I have not taken this out to see if it would even fit. But it's an idea. The other idea is to sort of mount it up under the crash bar. Some people remove a bit of the crash bar to sort of hide it a little bit further. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get to it. And yes, a whole bunch of stickers. All the works. Orange, yes, orange. I bought stuff. Oki oils. I also buy stuff from Motorsport, but they don't tend to send you stickers. In fact, I think I've bought a lot more of them recently than I have Ollie. No specific reason, you know, probably price, I would imagine, is why I've done that. And that is pretty much that. So just quickly turn around. So the idea here, again, this is not really car stuff, but just excuse this mess, but this is all going to go, and I want to build benches around here to clean up my mess. And then in here, I have already started putting some stuff under there, but I need to get rid of all of this stuff now. There's not a lot there. Get the car in here, so I can actually do some work. Not going to do a huge amount though, because it's not very tall in here. Literally, this is about, if I can't stand, basically I have to put my head in between the rafters here, because rafters, whatever, yeah, otherwise I hit my head. Anyway, so that was a quick run through of what I've got hiding in my bits and pieces here. I'll put those away in a minute. And what I'll do next is I'll do another quick video, well, a quickish video, if I can ever do such a thing as a quick video, on what projects I have lined up or in my head. And then what we'll do is we'll have to sort of start doing a bit of a priority order of how we're going to do them. So it's coming up to Christmas, so I don't think a lot's going to get done. As I said, there is a part coming that I will do another video on as well to show you what that is. Like I said, I do want to get that engine up somewhere, you know, even if it's up higher on some boxes that I can bolt down, so I can actually start doing some more work on it and show you what's going on with that. And then, hey, we'll just see where it goes to. I'm hoping, every time I do one of these, I sort of fingers crossed that I'm going to be able to do another one as quickly as possible. It doesn't always work, but I'm trying, and I'm hoping that the content is good for you. So again, let me know how it goes and what you're thinking in the comments. Next video, when we go through the project list, hopefully again one will catch your eye, and maybe we can pick out, you know, if there's enough comments on one versus the other, I'll start that one first, but it will also depend on my situation, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. I'm going to cut this one here. Thanks very much for watching. Take care for now.